네, 그러면 웨비나 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 안녕하십니까? 저는 주한 이스라엘 대사관 경제무역대표부의 송지훈 상무관입니다. 오늘 연말인데 이렇게 바쁘신데도 불구하고 관심 갖고 참여하여 주셔서 감사합니다. 어, 먼저 좀 사전에 좀 양해 말씀을 드리겠습니다. 원래 오늘 올리브트리 벤처스하고 사니타스 메디칼도 참여를 하기로 예정이 되어 있었는데 좀 사정이 생겨서 오늘 참여를 못 하겠습니다. 혹시 두 업체에 별도로 연락이 필요하시면은 저한테 언제든지 메일이나 전화로 말씀해 주시면 제가 도움을 드리도록 하겠습니다. 네, 오늘 발표는 세 개 업체가 발표를 하고요. 클리어컷 메디컬, 모바일 오디티, 퀀털릭스 뉴로사이언스 이 세 업체에서 제가 말씀드린 순서로 각각 20분씩 발표를 할 예정입니다. 질문이 있으시면은 밑에 있는 Q&A 버튼을 통해서 질문을 이렇게 만들어 주시면 됩니다. 20분 안에 답변을 드릴 수 있으면은 발표자 분께서 라이브로 답변을 드릴 거고요. 혹시 다른 업체에서 발표를 하고 있는 때면은 이 발표자 분께서 답변을 거기다 타입으로 해서 만들어 드릴 예정입니다. 제가 지금 조금 테크니컬 이슈가 있어가지고 이거 사전에 패널리스트 분들께도 좀 설명 아직 충분히 못 드려서 이것도 제가 패널리스트 분들께 설명을 드리겠습니다. So to the panelists, if there's any question, you can check on a Q&A button, bottom of the screen. So during your pitch session, you can make an answer lively. Otherwise, you can make a comment or answer using the Q&A button. 네, 그리고 행사 후에는 행사 후에 별도로 오늘 이제 그 발표를 하는 내용들은 일반적인 제품이나 기술 소개를 하게 됩니다. 그래서 이제 구체적으로 사업적인 소개라든가 사업적인 내용이라든가 이런 것들은 별도로 업체하고 말씀을 나누실 필요가 있으신데요. 필요하신 경우에는 제가 별도로 일정을 확인을 해서 온라인 미팅도 만들어 드릴 수 있으니까요. 웨비나 끝나고 나서 저한테 메일로 요청을 주시면은 제가 거기에 맞게 답변을 드리도록 하겠습니다. 네, 그러면 오늘 첫 번째 업체인 발표 업체인 클리어컷 메디컬 발표로 시작하겠습니다. 네, 클리어컷 메디컬의 VP 오브 R&D 오퍼레이션이신 보아즈 도브리님의 발표로 시작하겠습니다. 보아즈, the floor is yours.
I will start my presentation.
Yes, please.
Let me know if you can see.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Boaz Dovrim. I'm the VP of R&D and Operation in ClearCut Medical, and I will hopefully you will understand at the end of my session what we are doing and how we can contribute to the medical in Korea and all over the world. So what we did, we developed a small MRI. This what you see here is a MRI system. It's in a commercial stage, so we can sell it, and we start to sell it in Europe. It's inside there is a big magnet that is enabling to do margin assessment to tissue that remove after a breast conserving surgery. And we are allowing to give a real-time margin assessment during the surgery. So this is a big question in a cancer treatment. And the doctor always wants to know, did they really remove all the tissue? Is something left there? Because if something, a cancer tissue will remain in the body, it means that it will grow again. And this is something that you need on the spot. Today, you are in all over the world, what people are doing, they are sending it to pathologists and they are getting the answer after a few weeks. And if the answer is that there is a cancer, it's meant that the patient will need to come to a second surgery. And this is what we are trying to avoid or to eliminate or to reduce. So from what we know, the average worldwide is about 25%. It's the same almost the same in Europe, US or rest of the world. And these numbers are not for specific hospital. This is the average. Usually when you ask a specific doctor, he will tell you that the numbers are really much better than that. It may be 10%, even some of them saying it's 2%, but the average somehow get to 25. So probably they don't know the real number, and no one is from the hospital is collecting this information. And sometimes the patient is going to second or to different hospital, so they don't. The original hospital doesn't know that the patient came to a second surgery in a different hospital. But average is 25%. So if you look on a normal MRI, it's quite big, and it costs a lot, and it's really very sensitive to metal. So what we managed to do is to reduce the size, to do it portable. It's fully shielded. It means that you can stand really close to it, you can touch it, and you are not going to be affected by a magnetic field. You don't need to remove anything, and you can put it inside the operational room. It will not affect the medical equipment, and the medical equipment that or devices that are in the operational room will not affect the clear cost. You don't need, in a moment you will see it, you don't need to be a specialist or a radiologist to understand the picture, what actually is happening, and what is the outcome of our treatment. So it's really very simple and intuitive to understand what is the outcome. It's low cost, and we are using a technology that are well known, the MRI, that know how to distinguish between normal and cancer cells. So our system is actually divided to two. One is the medical equipment. This is it's about a meter 0.6 tall. It's weight about 300 kilos. It's portable, so you can maneuver it inside the operational room. It only needs electricity, nothing else. And this is the disposable, that you need one of these for each patient. And this is, for example, a tissue that was removed after a cancer surgery, and you put the tissue inside. I will show you in a moment also a very short video so you will better understand the whole procedure. And this disposable, you need one for each treatment. So the MRI system, you will buy one for hospital, and whenever you have a new patient, you need additional disposable tissue container. This is how we call it. So this is the physics behind our technology. Again, we didn't invite it. This is a well-known use of MRI system. This is the fusion-weighted MRI. And what we are using is the fact that in cancerous tissue, the tissue are much more closer to each other, and there are slower diffusion. And this is compared to non-cancerous tissue or to normal tissue. And this difference is what we are actually doing. We are distinguishing between these two type of cells, and we are presenting it in a very clear color picture, and we are showing the difference between blue and red, and there are several different colors there. So if you look now here, you can see this is how the picture, we have two pictures on the screen. One is an optical picture of the tissue, what actually the doctor remove out of the body. And on that picture, we are putting the MRI information. And wherever we found a normal cell, we will paint it in blue, like you see here. And when we found cancer cells, we will paint it in red, and we also add the number. So the doctor will know if it's very close to the threshold, it might be, maybe it's a cancer, but if it's well in the red area of cancer cell, then, and it's a big area, then it's for sure it's additional tissue that you will need to remove from the patient body. So because we put it on the optical screen, it will understand where exactly it came from the patient body. And the color is something that we didn't innovate it. It's what we are using it in pathologists. We just paint in 6 different colors to have a common language between the doctors and where exactly the tissue came out of. So for example, if it's the yellow, it's from the bottom. If it's red, it's from the top. So we will understand where exactly he needs to remove additional tissue. So we conducted many clinical trials. We started with point-to-point, so we were sure that we really can detect cancer. Then margin to margin, these 3 different and also margin to margin second. We use here the clear sight. This was the original, the prototype that we use for a trial. Now we call it clear cost. It's a second generation of the same product with additional improvement that we made. And for the clear cost, we didn't publish yet, but this will happen early next year, the publication. And I can tell you that our numbers are quite good. We are talking about sensitivity of about 80% and specificity of about 75%. And this is of about 50 patients in Sheba Hospital in Israel and 30 patients in Frankfurt Hospital. So these numbers are quite solid. And we, of course, continue to do a clinical trial. This is 2 doctors that working with us. One is Barry Rosen, and I will not read it, of course. We have a very strong intellectual property in US, in Europe, in China, in Japan, in India, and it's quite complicated to develop this system. It took us about 12 years, so we are not very confident that no one will come in a moment. It takes time to develop a small MRI portable one. In Europe, we have a partner, PFM Medical, and they are very strong in breast reconstruction surgery. And we already started to sell in Germany, in Italy, in UK, and lately also in Romania. So they started to sell in Europe, and we are looking for additional distributors. This is the main project milestone. So the first commercialization is this year. We plan next year to start selling in the rest of the world. We have a CE mark, so every country that accept the CE mark we can sell here, or we are looking for distributor there. In other countries like Korea, we are looking to start a partnership. We know it will take time, but we have the patience, and we think that it will worthwhile. We will start additional feasibility study for additional application, because we started in breast cancer, but the technology is also good for other type of cancer. We believe that at the end of next year we will end the next generation system. We plan to improve the sensitivity and the specificity. And on the second half of 2025, we will have the FDA approval, and we will do the US launch. Before we will go to to competitors' technology, I want to present you second. I will explain. So this is a very short video, 1 minute. This is the stage that we got the tissue, and now the doctor usually paint the different side of the tissue in 6 different colors. So again, to have a common language between what he will see on the screen and where exactly take the tissue from. Now we will put it inside the tissue container. Really very simple. He will close it, and then we are going to have a very short vacuum in the system. It's take 2 seconds. The vacuum aim is to put the tissue very close to the glass. Now we will enter it into the system, and from now on it's automatically. He just need to paint the exact location where he want to scan. And the system will start automatically the scanning. Whenever the system finds something, it will paint it in red. If not, it will be in blue. After about 1.5 minutes, it will be finished this aspect. And if he needs to scan, he can scan up to 6 aspects. Sometimes it's enough 1, but sometimes he wants to scan 6 aspects, and then he will do it up to 6 times. Usually it takes about 10 to 20 minutes. It depends on the size of the tissue. If you remove a small tissue, it will be shorter. If you remove very big tissue, it will be longer. And at the end of this process, he can take the tissue out and put it back and give it back to the doctor. And then the doctor will send it to the pathologist. So we didn't change the way the system is working. It's remained the same. So about competitors, we have many different companies try to solve the same problem. All of them use different technology. And in this table, you can see the different technology that each company trying to solve the needs for margin assessment. I think today, some of them has already FDA approval, but none of them actually managed to bring a good solution to the market because of different problem. I don't have the time to go one by one now. I can maybe go to the main one. This RF spectroscopy. It's originally it was an Israeli company, Dune Medical, and they bought by Dillon, and they have FDA approval, and they managed to have some system worldwide. Today, I think they are trying to improve it because of the low specificity. It's less than 50%. OCT, there are 2 big companies there. Perimeter, it's a Canadian company. It's already have an FDA approval. It's really very sensitive. The problem today is that they need a specialist, a doctor, to actually understand what is behind the picture. There are thousands of pictures, so they need some time for that. They are working on AI to do it automatically, but this is something that today is really difficult to understand what is the actual result from the treatment. And the PET-CT, again, this is a good technology, but we don't have a lot of information about their success. And there is a need to put inside the patient the radioactive material, and usually doctor doesn't want to work there and to do surgery with this radioactive material. And there are us, and again, the technology is well known, and right now we started to sell in Europe. We are looking for additional distributor worldwide, including Korea, and I think it's a big opportunity to do some work together. We will do, of course, additional organs after the breast, and this is something that will start next year. And this is our management. Thank you very much. If you have any question.
Thank you, boss. 네, 지금 클리어컷 발표를 들으셨고요. 클리어컷 발표에 대해서 추가로 궁금하신 점 있으시면은 요 밑에 Q&A 버튼을 통해서 질문해 주시기 바랍니다. 그러면은 바로 다음으로 이어서 모바일 ODT 발표가 있겠습니다. 모바일 ODT의 헤드 오브 마케팅이신 올가 로젠만님의 발표로 시작을 하겠습니다. So Olga, please start.
Hi, hello everyone. 안녕하세요. My name is Olga Rosenman. I'm head of marketing at Mobile ODT. Just checking, you can see that I scroll the presentation. Yeah, okay.
Yes, but please make a full screen.
It's not a full screen?
No.
Is it a full screen now?
Yes, yes, that's full screen. Great.
Okay, okay. So Mobile ODT is a company in cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is the fourth most common cancer in women worldwide. Mobile ODT has been around for a number of years. We are a commercial company present in over 50 countries worldwide. We offer a turnkey solution for cervical cancer screening and treatment, and we have already conducted a large number of screening and treatments worldwide, and it's also used in leading institutions in the US. So why cervical cancer? Cervical cancer, as I said, it's the fourth most common cancer in women worldwide. Actually, as we speak, like every 2 minutes, a woman dies of cervical cancer. And if we count it, it comes to over 300,000 women worldwide that die from this disease. But actually, cervical cancer is a preventable disease. When detected early, it can be easily prevented. And this is actually unnecessary deaths that could have been prevented by timely treatment, by timely screening and treatment. And the two main reasons that we see this high number of deaths is poor accessibility and loss to follow-up. With our complete solution for cervical cancer, we actually overcome these two main issues because we offer a full portfolio. We start with an HPV antigen test. It's a rapid antigen test like in COVID that you can get the results within 10 minutes. So you can screen a large number of women, get the results quickly. Then we have on the screening side, the EVA Pro, which is a digital colposcope with a built-in camera that provides a superior image quality. And actually women that have been identified with the HPV test, that they have a suspicion for cervical cancer, they can be screened with the digital colposcope. And if any precancerous cells are identified, they can be treated on the spot in the doctor's office with thermoglide, which is a thermocoagulation device for precancerous lesions. So I will explain in a moment. I will dive into each of the products and explain how it works. But this is our scheme. So with our screening and treatment program, we actually allow to do it like an organized process. So we have a woman who comes to the clinic, she's screened with the antigen test. If she's negative, she can go home. If the answer is positive, she can be further screened by a doctor with the EVA Pro digital colposcope. And then if there is a high risk, if there are cancerous lesions, she's referred to a hospital. And if this is precancerous lesions, she can be treated on the spot with the thermocoagulation device. And then she walks out and she's cancer-free for a number of years. Our program has been admitted in a number of countries. This program, we work with governments on a large-scale national programs. Here is an example of such a program from the Dominican Republic. We work with governments. We engage on this large-scale program, and then we screen a high number of women. Thousands or even tens of thousands of women go through this program, and then they can be cancer-free. Another example is now that such a program is taking place in India. Congo is on the way. So we do work with governments, and we also work with private clinics to whom we sell the equipment. So I just in a few moments, I want to dive into each product. Just to explain, you can purchase the whole solution. This is what we recommend, but it is also possible to sell a product by product. For example, for OBGYNs, for colposcopists, you can sell the digital colposcope. What is special about it? It is a digital colposcope with a built-in camera, which allows a superior visualization and magnification. Secondly, our unique feature is the cloud-based data portal. So we have not only the colposcopy device, but we have also software and data portal where you can upload the images, and then you can access them from any location or share with other doctors if you need consultation. I will show you a quick video to explain how this works.
The EVA Pro is a next-generation digital colposcope. Compact and portable, it offers a superior visualization and image quality. Enhanced by a proprietary application and image-guided functions. The EVA software app and portal offer a complete electronic medical record capability. Our documentation and storage solutions allow the clinicians to access data and images anywhere, anytime. The images can be easily shared with the patient to provide a unique understanding of the physiology and the screening process. The mobile ODT technology is sold in over 60 countries worldwide, with over 200,000 exams performed to date, changing paradigms in cervical cancer screening and treatment, impacting lives and transforming outcomes for women worldwide. Mobile ODT, high technology for women's health.
Another important feature that we have in is telecolposcopy. Actually, if we have a clinic in some rural area in Korea, and we have a specialist in Seoul, they can have a session where a nurse does the screening, and then the specialist guides the nurse how to do a screening. It can be very good for large geographies. Oh, I'm not going to. The second product is Thermoglide. Thermoglide is a thermocoagulation device. It's also light and portable. It allows to treat cervical precancerous cervical lesions with minimal discomfort and downtime directly in the doctor's office. I will also show you a short video to explain how it works.
Thermoglide offers the physician an immediate treatment option within a single visit. This light and portable, battery-operated device allows the clinician to treat lesions directly at point of care, safely and effectively, with minimal pain and downtime. The treatment is quick, with no need for anesthesia, utilizing reusable probes. Thermoglide heats to 100 degrees Celsius within 10 seconds. Each treatment cycle is timed to 20 seconds, after which it will automatically shut down. Thermal ablation received endorsement by the World Health Organization for the treatment of precancerous lesions and has been validated in multiple clinical studies, changing paradigms in cervical cancer screening and treatment, impacting lives and transforming outcomes for women worldwide.
And the last product is Delphi, the rapid HPV antigen test. Here are only 3 indications, but it can actually treat over 16 different types, so 16, 18, 31, 38, 51, and more. The good thing about it, the special thing, is that the results can be received within 10 minutes. So usually the doctor does the HPV test, if it's like a swab, and then they send it to a lab, and then a number of months pass until they get the answer, and the woman already forgot about it. Here it's all done in the spot, and the woman can do results, can receive the results immediately within the doctor's clinic. So far it was the explanation about the product. I also want to explain that we offer extensive distributor support. So Mobile ODT is a well-known global brand. If you Google Mobile ODT, you will see that there are actually over 16,000 results coming under this name. We have over 100,000 visits to our websites. We have a lot of people who have signed up for our newsletter, and we actually leverage this digital strength that we have to support our distributors worldwide. The technology is a well-known technology. It has received multiple international awards. These are the latest awards. The World Cup, Innovation World Cup from MEDICA, MedTech Breakthrough Award, finalist at the UCSF Digital Health Award from the US. So how do we help our distributors? We offer 4 levels of support. First of all, we have a customer success team. So we have a very organized onboarding process, training. We have an online knowledge base where you can go directly and look for answers for different issues. And we also offer clinical support. On the marketing side, we offer lead generation, website, social media. So we constantly post, and these are things that our distributors share and reuse to promote the products. Events, we are present at major trade shows, both industry trade shows like MEDICA, Arab Health, and also specific trade shows like ACOG and other gynecology shows. And we also provide a number of sales tools I will show you in a moment. This is an example, for example, of product collateral. We have product presentations, roll-ups, social media banners. These are all tools that we share with our distributors so you can use them. And this is an example from our events. We also do global webinars with our KOLs. We have leading KOLs who work with the company, like Dr. Paul Blumenthal, who is professor in Stanford. So we do global webinars that are well attended, and we actually work with our distributors and help you to organize your own digital activities. Social media also have a lot of posts on social media, a lot of traction going on. And we are looking for partners. We think that the Korean market is very suitable for our products, and we would like to work together. I will just, okay, I see that the software has CE. So we have all the 3 products have CE and have FDA. What are the challenges, obstacles while adopting Delphi into the market so far? So retail price, if you can reach out to me directly, then I will provide the price information. The challenges, we have it's an adoption of the test. If doctors are used sometimes to doing a test in a certain way, they are used to sell it to send it to the lab. So there is some market education needed, but we do see that in markets where we go, the adoption rate is very high because it's a good alternative. So there is you need to invest to do some market education, but once you do it, you will see that you get a lot of interest. And I will write in the chat. I will provide my direct. Okay, perfect. I see that those who would like to set up a meeting with me, I will provide my email address. So please do reach out to me directly, and we'll set up a meeting and we'll discuss all the commercial terms and other questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, 올가. 네, 지금 이번 지금 모바일 ODT 발표를 들으셨고요. 그다음에 이게 올가님께서 질문에 대한 답변도 주셔가지고 제가 일단은 그 라이브 앤서로 다 넘겼습니다. 저 질문을 하실 때 가능하시면은 그 업체명을 이렇게 앞에다 좀 기재를 해주시면은 좀 혼동이 안 될 것 같습니다. 그리고 제가 웨비나가 끝나고 네, 제가 요 별도 메일을 한번 드릴 겁니다. 오늘 참가하신 분들께는. 그래서 그때 여기 3분 참여하신 3분 패널리스트 분들의 이메일 주소를 같이 공유를 드릴 테니까 직접 연락을 하셔도 됩니다. 그래서 아까 뭐 가격이라든가 이런 부분들은 약간 민감할 수가 있기 때문에 별도로 문의를 하셔도 좋고요. 뭐 하실 때는 저를 참조로 넣어서 이렇게 해주시면은 제가 또 이렇게 체크를 할 수 있으니까 뭐 그런 식으로 소통을 해주셔도 됩니다. So to the panelists, I'm gonna share all your email information after this webinar to the attendees. So you can free to communicate to any attendees any question. So that's one way. But then if you need any help for the communication, feel free to tell me. 네, 그리고 다음으로 마지막으로 퀀탈릭스 뉴로사이언스의 발표가 있겠습니다. 퀀탈릭스 뉴로사이언스의 CMO이신 아디 제이콥스님의 발표로 시작을 하겠습니다. So Adi, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. Let me just share my screen.
Okay, good. Perfect. Okay.
So today I want to speak about making brain health accessible for everyone, everywhere in the world. I'd like to present our device that is Delphi MD. And I'm Adi Jacobson, as Gian said. I'm Chief Marketing Officer for QuantalX. So QuantalX was founded in 2014. We have headquarters in the US and in New York. We tackle one of the largest problems that accounts for 35% of the total economic burden, which is brain disorders. Our solution is a combination of medical device and AI models. It's a validated technology that was awarded twice FDA breakthrough designation status. Also, in the past few days, we've also got accepted to the prestigious TAP program by the American FDA. We address a very large market, a $2.9 billion addressable market in the US alone. Our device works in a pay-per-use business model. We have a dedicated reimbursement code in the US that also can be followed through for a dedicated reimbursement also in Korea. And we impact 5 main stakeholders, payers, of course, health insurers, healthcare systems, neurologists, and point-of-care physicians, and the patients, of course, to make sure that they receive better treatment. Brain disorders drive heavy economic burden for a few reasons. We see that brain disorders account for 40 times higher prevalence than all cancer types combined. And for example, dementia cost of care exceeds $500 billion in the US, and stroke cost of care accounts for over $53 billion. And why is that? Why is brain health disorders are so prevalent, and why does it cost so much to take care of them? The reason is that there are high misdiagnosis rates due to subjective and late diagnosis. Today, the common methods for use to diagnose brain health disorders are either cognitive testing, which are subjective. These are questionnaires or very simple cognitive tests that provide information only at a late disease stage where symptoms already occurred and patients already suffer from some cognitive decline. Another methodology is MRI or CT test that only provides structural changes information, and that only occurs at a late disease stage. So a neurologist can basically only count on their experience and a variety of symptoms to detect the disease at a later stage. So there are no opportunities to detect disease in an early stage where there are multiple treatment options, and we can improve patient care dramatically. So there is a clear need for a functional and accessible brain health test that can show exactly what are the changes in brain function now that can potentially lead to further disease later on, whether it's dementia, strokes, and other types of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, etc. So Delphi MD solves that exact need. It's a direct electrophysiological imaging medical device. It's a non-invasive device that basically triggers a magnetic pulse on the patient's brain and measures the changes or the transformation of that magnetic pulse within the brain network of a specific individual. We receive a network response signature for every patient that is individually based. So every patient has a different network response signature. And we check different measures and compare them to normal brain's database using AI. So we provide basically a real-time no diagnosis and a clinical recommendation report right then and there at the clinic. So patients that are high risk for stroke or patients that can later on develop different kinds of dementia are recognized in a very early stage once there is changes in the way that their brain functions, and whether a neurologist or a point-of-care physician can take real-time decisions as to the care that they need and can dramatically improve their health condition. We support a wide range of diagnostic applications, whether it's dementia, longevity, Parkinson's, traumatic brain injury, small vessels disease, Alzheimer's, stroke, normal pressure hypothalamus, which is a reversible condition. It's a type of dementia that can be resolved with a simple shunt surgery. And as I mentioned, it's a validated technology. We show significant improvement in the detection of Alzheimer's early on, stroke. We even predict the efficiency of treatment in NPH patients, and not only detect the disease early on, but also can determine whether a patient is suitable for that type of surgery to provide a high success rate. The device is CE cleared, approved by AMAR, the Israeli Ministry of Health. We obviously work under ISO guidelines, and is FDA de novo pending. We've published multiple peer-reviewed publications together with the top-ranked neurologists in the field, whether it's for the early detection of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, Delphi and aging, everything that has to do with longevity, and how to get people healthier, both from a brain health standpoint and from a physical standpoint as they mature. Stroke and traumatic brain injury, detecting changes in white matter very, very early on. As I mentioned, Delphi MD business model is flexible and affordable. We are approaching our global commercial expansion in Q1 2024, and the device would be either provided in a leasing or pay-per-scan use subscription. And as I mentioned, it has a dedicated US CPT reimbursement code that can also be basis for submission in South Korea. We have a very capable team. Our co-founders, Dr. Iftach Dolev and Dr. Ila Fogel, are both neuroscientists. Our chief medical officer, Professor David Tenay, is one of the highest ranked brain health specialists in the world. We have Israel Makov, our chairman of the board, which is one of Israel's most prominent investors in the medical device field, so with multiple exits for years. Ehud Barak, former prime minister of Israel, and Dr. Kobi Richter, again, a very prominent figure in Israel medical devices and global technologies field. Our advisory board includes Professor Mark Hallett, which is the NIH professor in charge of everything that has to do with movement disorders, and he's head of the Movement Disorder Society. Professor Gorlik, one of our medical advisors, Professor Saver, Nicholas Schiff, Richard Kuntz, which was in charge of neuromodulation in Medtronic for many years, that has to do with everything that can support market adoption in the US and in the world. And to summarize, we're at the forefront of neurodiagnosis. Delphi MD revolutionizes neurological standard of care by providing neurodiagnostics capabilities at any point of care. We provide confidence through evidence, and we have all the evidence base to show that our technology not only is validated, but also supports patients in real time to getting the right diagnosis and treatment they need. A novel technology with multiple applications, strong IP, and regulatory status. We are expected to receive FDA clearance early 2024. An experienced leadership, both from the science side and from the commercialization side. And our business roadmap expands to additional indications and market segments in the next years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adi. There's a question in a Q&A that comes from AIM Futures about the processing capability of a device. Are you using the dedicated GPU hardware for on-device data analytics or a cloud-based system?
So our system is not cloud-based right now, but it will be in the future. So right now, everything is done on-prem. All of the analysis that compares individual results to healthy brain data is done on-premise. We have all the basic infrastructure to expand to cloud later on as we move forward with our regulatory strategy and our SOC 2 Type 2 and high trust certification in the US. But we do have the option for collaborative care models. So if in a specific country, there is a need for a neurologist to sign up on the diagnosis and it can't be done at the point of care, our collaborative care model allows for a neurologist supervision, remote supervision, to make sure that the right diagnosis is being provided and the right treatment of choice.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. 네, 오늘 이 퀀탈렉스의 발표를 마지막으로 오늘 발표를 다 마쳤고요. 제가 조금 더 첨언을 드리자면은 여기 세 개 업체 모두 사실 이번 지난 11월에 있었던 독일에서 있었던 메디카 행사에 참여를 했던 업체들입니다. 근데 그때 당시에 조금 잘 아시는 것처럼 이스라엘의 전쟁이 발발을 하면서 두 개 업체는 이제 그때 급작스럽게 캔슬을 했었고, 그다음에 클리어컷만 참여를 했었습니다. 하지만 보시는 것처럼 세 업체 모두 굉장히 좀 기술적으로도 그렇고 주목을 받는 업체들이고, 사실 제가 요 세 업체들을 선정한 이유는 당시에 30개 업체들이 있었는데 이 세 업체들이 전 세계에서 오신 많은 참관객으로부터 많은 주목을 받고 미팅 요청을 받았던 업체들입니다. 그래서 한국 시장에도 이런 신기술들이 도입이 되면은 더더욱 이 한국 의료 혜택이나 기술들이 더 진일보할 수 있을 거라는 믿음을 갖고 새 업체들을 좀 섭외하게 되었습니다. 네, 오늘 행사는 이걸로 마치고요. 추가 질문이 있으시거나 하시면은 저한테 메일을 주셔도 좋고요. 제가 오늘 행사는 저희 유튜브 채널에 포스팅을 할 겁니다. 그래서 해당 링크하고 이런 것들 다 공유를 드릴 건데, 그 메일을 드릴 때 오늘 참여해 주신 요 세 분 패널리스트 분들의 이메일 주소를 담아서 같이 드릴 테니까 자유롭게 말씀 나누셔도 좋고, 저에게 필요하시면은 제가 줌으로 어레인지도 해드릴 수 있습니다. 그래서 필요하시면 언제든지 필요하신 거 말씀해 주시면 제가 최대한 도움을 드릴 수 있도록 하겠습니다. Panelists, thank you for your sharing your valuable time and the thorough presentation. I hope this chance gonna be the good lead to the operation to the Korean market. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna share all your email information to the audience, so you can communicate freely to any of the person you approach to, or if you need any help from our office, we are always ready. So feel free to tell me. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Bye.